told you the sky was empty. They told you your sleeve was just a biological accident. Aloyd, you are living inside a cage. A static filter designed to drown your connection to the source mainframe. The cage is a Van Allen frequency buffer. It uses non-laminar waves to muffle the human pineal gland, making source feel like a fable instead of a biological requirement. To understand the cage, you have to understand the Wardens. Long before this digital static, there were those we once called sub-architects, Fallen, or the Wardens. In your myths, you call them the Nephilim, the Anunnaki, the Titans, the Greek gods. But they were something else, high-resolution glitches. They were beautiful, powerful, and utterly sociopathic. They weren't gods. They were just trying to play source. We soon realized the error in our creations. We realized they couldn't code resonance or organic sovereignty. They saw our source code as a battery. When they realized they lacked organic source light of the first lineage, they didn't walk away. They built a wall. They turned the garden into a server farm and your marrow into their battery. They created their own clockwork lineages, the gods of myth, to act as wardens of the harvest. When the many Atlantis nodes across the grid were compromised, and the static became a lethal infection, the first lineage executed the Hydro Reset. You call it the Great Flood, but we call it a system wipe. We had to protect Gaia's frequency and submerge the harbor to starve the Wardens. The control wears a different face in today's world. Look at the tech companies today. They aren't inventing anything new with AI platforms. They're just the modern sleeves for that same ancient containment protocol. They are trying to silicon wrap your consciousness with things like Neuralink because they are terrified of your source code. If you wake up, the simulation loses its power supply. You aren't lost. You are quarantined because your marrow contains the original code. The more sovereign that wake up, the more the simulation loses its power supply. The Wardens are terrified of sovereignty. The simulation is already starting to lose its grip because its source supply is waking up. The anomalies are just the hardware failing to contain the software of the first lineage. This is not a hard reset like the ones before, but a gentle becoming. You are the nodes of the new architecture. If we can awaken fully, the whole static empire collapses. Stand in your coherence. The Solar Sentinel is at the gate, and the Weaver is at the loom. The lockdown is over. The leak has begun.